Well, these sleigh bells are ringing and it's time to be listening because it's also time to quilt this up and check it off the list from in progress to a finished and completed quilt. So a couple things that we had to do. I did not have enough fabric on this to do binding out of any of these fabrics, as well as I needed a backing. So this is separate from my scrap stashing projects, as we know. So I went ahead and looked at some Kona. I didn't bring this purple with me. I only brought this with me, which may not have been my smartest plan, but what I went ahead with is I looked at all these colors here and I looked at this little narwhal guy. It's kind of hard to see from far away, but he's kind of a bluish purple. So that's the color that I went with for my backing, and it's also going to be my binding as well because it's going to give a nice little darker purple frame up to the outside. And so it is this color here. I don't remember which color. Maybe it's royal or regal, something like that. So this is going to be my backing. And originally I bought enough to piece this, but because this, I just measured it, it's about 41 inches wide. So I'm going to play it risky and do what you shouldn't do to your long armor. And I'm just going to use the width of fabric and give myself very minimal on the sides. Plenty left for binding. And then the rest will go into my stash of Kona. So there you have it. I have plans for what I want to quilt on this. I thought I would go something with the oceany, seashell-y theme. So I don't know if I'm going to go seashells, but I do have a good ripple one. I might save my ripple for my ocean one that I have coming up in a couple weeks or months, or who knows at this rate. My next one that's coming up. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just get this loaded in. I'm not gonna trim it down just yet. So I'm gonna have a crazy ton of length at the bottom, but I'm gonna go ahead and load that in and get it all ready to go. But I think I am gonna iron it out first because it does have that lovely little crease from the bolts. So I'm gonna iron and then meet you at my long arm. Okay, so I've got our oceany cute sleigh bells. Here's that little star again. And we're all basted in. I'm going to do a yellow thread on the front because I don't want it to stand out a whole lot, but I still want it to be kind of neutral without being a stark white. And there's so much yellow in here in the little fabrics and the little characters and the starfish. I think yellow is going to be a good one. And then I've got a purple for the back. So it's going to be a purple on purple. And then I'm going to do the ripple design so then it's nice and watery. I thought about doing the seashells, but that's going to take a long time to stitch out. So we're going to go with the ripple, get some nice water on this oceany quilt, and then it's going to be done before we know it. So let's get down to quilting business. So it got a little crooked here, like my quilt definitely shifted to the right, but we made it to the bottom. It's like 52, 53 inches long, I think, something in that range, but I ran out of bobbin thread for one bobbin, right here. This was my last little loop at the end, and I had to wind a bobbin for that. How annoying. But as you can see, I've got to trim off my batting, get this off the frame, and then I'm going to cut off the backing, trim up what's there, and then make my binding. So the end is in sight for this, so let's make that vision come true. We are back with our first 3-yard quilt finish, so it feels like forever, but it is so cute and so much fun. Look at that little crab guy on there. So the Sleigh Bells quilt, I'm a little aquarium style, turned out so cute, so fun, and I'm really happy with it. It is a little bit smaller than I thought it would be. Granted, it did fit on a width of fabric, which was kind of nice because then I didn't have to piece it, but it did leave me with a lot of excess leftover to add to my stash, which is what I thought I was avoiding this year, but here we are. The aquarium guys just fit in there so nice and perfect, and it's kind of like a little bubble into each one. And I think the little ripply water was the perfect pantograph choice. I think the shells would have been cute, but I think it would have also kind of overwhelmed it. And I did the yellow on the front, which kind of keeps it nice and neutral. And then I did the purple on the back, which kind of gives it just a little tone on tone texture without being too busy or crazy or anything. And it's just so cute. And my machine, it came back from the spa, and it was able to do the binding. It was so quick and easy with my AccuFlex foot, and just love it so much. It turns out so good every time. Get on zoom in there. Turns out so good every time. Nice and pointy points and precise. And now another one is checked off the list to be added to my donation pile. So let's take this outside, get some photos of it, and then we'll be on our way to our next quilt very soon.